Right now on News 3, launching a new investigation as a state senator calls for the UW-Whitewater chancellor to resign.
Rain today and even more tomorrow. The risks it poses to the already high water levels in Madison.
And the latest Marquette Law School poll released today, who it says is leading the highly anticipated governors and U.S. Senate races.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. A new sexual harassment investigation is being opened against the husband of UW-Whitewater Chancellor Beverly Copper.
News 3's Adam Duxter joins us live from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with the very latest. Adam?
Well, it's a story that we've been continuing to follow since we first learned about it last Friday, but today, more accusers coming forward against UW-Whitewater's Pete Hill.
I'm asking you to resign. It's the post that has UW officials reopening a sexual harassment investigation against Pete Hill, husband of Chancellor Beverly Copper. In the post, Stephanie Vanderpas, a former Whitewater student and current Whitewater City Councilwoman, says Hill touched her inappropriately without her permission. The post was later deleted. Since 2015, Hill worked as an associate to the chancellor, an unpaid title that involved interacting with students and attending events. On Friday, Chancellor Copper acknowledged the claims her husband had sexually harassed multiple women, both students and staff members, during that time, saying they, quote, had merit. Documents revealed that in June, Hill had been removed from his position as associate to the chancellor and banned from the Whitewater campus. However, at that time, the investigation into his wrongdoings had closed. But after the most recent allegations, the system saying in a statement, quote, given the University of Wisconsin system's unwavering commitment to provide a safe educational work environment, we are opening a new investigation into the most recent allegations related to UW-Whitewater. State Senator Steve Noss, who went to Whitewater, is calling for Copper to resign, saying, quote, at this moment in time, I can see no positive future for UW-Whitewater under the leadership of Chancellor Copper. UW-Whitewater officials were unavailable for comment today, but student body president Tom Kine says despite the situation, he still feels university officials are handling things correctly.
It does frustrate me, but I have no reason to doubt anything that Artania Wesley, our Dean of Students, does. I know her on a personal level, and I think she does a great job. And everyone in student affairs, I think, are very caring and compassionate, especially in that direction.
Now, it's unclear how long an investigation like this could take or what could come from it. And despite at least one public official asking for Copper to resign, right now she's going to stay in office during this investigation.
Adam Duxter reporting from Rock County tonight. Adam, thank you.
To weather now, our streak of dry weather came to an abrupt end today. It has been raining and dreary nearly all day, and it will continue. Here's a look from downtown Madison and our West Side studios. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us with our first alert forecast. Gary?
Well, Charlotte, with the showers and thunderstorms that we had this morning and then off and on through the day, we've got more rain on the way for the next couple of days. We have alert days in the forecast for tomorrow and Thursday. Some of the thunderstorms, especially tomorrow night, could bring heavy downpours into early Thursday morning. Then after a break during the day on Thursday, as temperatures climb into the middle 80s, we could see another round of showers and thunderstorms late Thursday afternoon or Thursday night. Some of those could not only produce heavy rainfall, but also bring some severe weather with high winds and hail. As we look at visible cloud tracking, you can see the clouds pretty much have socked in Wisconsin. You can clearly see where the cold front goes as the band of clouds on the southern end of that area of clouds moves southward through Iowa and down into central Illinois. That's where the cold front is, and that's where the showers and storms are tonight. But here in southern Wisconsin, at least for the time being, the rain has come to an end. Low temperatures this morning started out mild thanks to the high humidity. We were in the lower 60s for overnight low temperatures, but here in Madison, we didn't even hit 70 degrees for a high temperature today. Most areas were in the upper 60s to lower 70s, although current temperatures are near those readings, and dew point temperatures remain high in the low to mid 60s. So by tomorrow morning, look for temperatures to start out around 60 degrees, some shower and thunderstorm chances overnight. Tomorrow will be cloudy with some showers and isolated thunderstorms, the high of 74. That's your first alert forecast.
All right, Gary, thank you. Will more heavy rain in the coming days lead to more flooding? That's a question on the minds of many going into these next few days.
Meteorologist Dave Caulfield is live in Middleton with what officials are saying about these concerns. Dave?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, near the Fox Hill section of Middleton, There are still plenty of reminders of the recent heavy rains and flooding, most notably where I'm standing. The heavy rain and flooding causing a portion of Sweeney Drive on the south side of Tiedemann's Pond to completely collapse. And that's the hole you see me in right now. And with more rain on the way, some are concerned across southern Wisconsin that more of this could be on the way. And Dane County officials I talked to today tell me that even though area water levels have gone down, we're not exactly out of the woods when it comes to flooding. The threats this time around depend heavily on where you live and how saturated your soil is. Even so, officials are remaining cautious.
The people, the processes, the sandbags are still in place. A lot of things are prepared, but it doesn't mean we can do nothing. We are being vigilant and providing assistance where needed.
McClellan says the nearly 2-week stretch without measurable rain really has helped Dane County residents begin to dry out their homes and yards, but there are still areas that could flood easily with more rainfall. There are also relatively calmer atmospheric conditions this time around. Currently, Dane County not under a flash flood watch or warning, but however, we've seen over the past couple of weeks when it comes to this rain that flash flooding can really arise quickly. So just because we're not under a warning or watch right now doesn't mean that we shouldn't remain vigilant. And Dane County officials have that attitude as well. While they're prepared, they think they're not overly concerned with this round of rain over the next couple of days. We actually just talked to a resident that lives nearby where this road has collapsed. He said if the rain and flooding of a couple of weeks ago didn't get to his house, he's not sure that this one will get anywhere close.
Dave Caulfield reporting tonight. Dave, thank you. Dane County officials will meet Thursday to discuss Lake Mendota's high water levels. They say last month's historic flooding exacerbated an already known problem. At Thursday's meeting, they will discuss solutions to immediately reduce current levels and long-term solutions to keep it low. Ahead on News 3 at 10, our Keely Arthur will take a closer look at how it will get accomplished.
Next at 6, a Reedsburg man is facing burglary and theft charges tonight. They were filed yesterday against 33-year-old Larry Smith. He's accused of stealing from a home in Loganville a year ago this month. The victim told police her mother's home had been vacant since she died, which was several weeks before a neighbor noticed the home had been broken into. Among the things Smith is accused of stealing: a Purple Heart, childhood letters, and more than $35,000 in cash and jewelry. Smith is also believed to have been involved in other home burglaries in Reedsburg as well.
With less than 2 months until the November election, the Democrats have taken the lead in the 2 top races.
Well, that's according to the latest Marquette Law School poll. Our Rose Schmidt is here to break down the latest numbers on these contentious races. Rose?
Well, there have been warnings of a blue wave for months now, and now Democrats have taken several-point leads in both the governor and U.S. Senate races. Among voters who say they will vote in November, Democrat Tony Evers has a 5-point lead at 49% in the governor's race. That's compared to Walker's 44%. And Libertarian Phil Anderson has 6% of the vote. And in the U.S. Senate race, Democratic U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin's lead is growing from last month. Baldwin is leading State Senator Leah Vukmir 53% to 42%. The poll's director, Charles Franklin, says a boost in Democratic enthusiasm could show why Baldwin and Evers are both ahead.
Some national forces that at the moment look like they're pushing a little bit more in a Democratic direction than they were earlier in the summer. Trump's job approval numbers coming down is the most important of those.
In both of these races, Democrats' lead has grown from the poll in August. Last month, Walker and Evers were tied at 46%. Still, about a quarter of voters say they don't know enough about the challengers in these races, Evers and Vukmir. But that could change as it gets closer to November because we're seeing campaigns continue to ramp up, with advertising becoming more intense.
Yeah, it certainly has. Rose Schmidt reporting in our News Center tonight. Rose, thank you.
Still ahead tonight, it's a debate that has been ongoing for years. Should college athletes be paid?
UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank testifying in court on that very issue. An update when we come back.
A sports trial could be a game changer for the sports department at UW-Madison. Student athletes are asking to be paid, but the NCAA has rules in place to stop that from happening.
A recent report on Law360.com quotes UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank testifying in court saying it isn't clear they would run an athletic program if the athletes are paid. Our Jamie Perez joins us now with more details on what this really could all mean. Jamie?
Well, there are arguments to both sides of this, and the question still stands. Should college athletes be paid? Well, we spoke with school representatives at the UW-Madison, but also talked with students to get a feel of what people think. It's a bit of a toss-up. Should student athletes be paid? Well, a trial in California involving the NCAA and UW-Madison's Chancellor Rebecca Blank is trying to determine that now. Blank was quoted in an online article saying, quote, "It's not clear we would continue to run an athletic program. We're not interested in professional sports. We're interested in student athletes." A spokesman for the Chancellor released this statement to us today saying, Chancellor Blank strongly supports Wisconsin's athletic program and that there is a separate market from professional sports for amateur sports, that college athletes are students first, that paying student athletes would undermine the university community and treat student athletes differently than others. Well, we wanted to know what other students thought, so we asked.
Just they put in more than 40 hours a week, they work hard, they liven the student experience, they bring a lot to the university, and I just feel like they can be compensated for that.
I do not think student athletes should be paid at universities because in addition, with their scholarships, they are getting education, they are getting housing, they are getting a bunch of things that non-student athletes get.
I think it would definitely make sense since they spend so much time doing it. It's almost like they spend more time focusing on sports than they do school.
The plaintiffs in the trial say they know what the NCAA rules are when it comes to paying student athletes, but they believe with the amount of money made, students should be compensated for the revenue the schools make off of their names, photos, and marked merchandise. Others say paying them could discredit the name of student athletes, that it would mold into a minor league sport, and that it could interfere with having fair competition between top players at universities. Chancellor Blank also said the UW gets between $43 and $45 million a year from the NCAA. Information was not disclosed to exactly how much revenue they get from the students from advertisements or merchandise sales. Of course, the trial there in California is still ongoing. And as you heard, a lot of people are a little bit divided on the issue, but we'll keep up to date with what the decision is when a decision is made.
Jamie Perez joining us in studio. Jamie, thank you. Stay with us. More to come tonight on News 3 at 6.
Ahead in sports, a preview of the Badgers' first Big Ten matchup this weekend in Iowa.
Well, skies are cloudy. There are no showers and thunderstorms over southern Wisconsin, but they'll be back later on tonight through tomorrow and into Thursday. I'll have your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Life
Top 1,000 for this year's Coats for Kids campaign. News 3 has been encouraging area schools to collect coats for kids as well, but we'd also like to invite area businesses to take up the cause. All it takes is a designated drop-off area at your business and an email to your coworkers, encouraging them to donate their unused or outgrown winter coats and accessories. Collect for a day, a week, or until our campaign ends. Then drop off the coats you've collected by October 6th at any Clinky Cleaners location.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now, and today we needed our rain jackets.
Yeah, temperatures were in the upper 60s, so there definitely was a chill in the air, and of course it was wet. Now tomorrow will be in the mid 70s, and we probably be in the mid 80s on Thursday before we see another taste of fall as we head toward the beginning of fall this weekend. As we take a look at visible cloud track, lots of clouds across the state. Most of the rain has shifted to the south of us. There were just a couple of tiny breaks in the clouds. For the most part, it's been mostly cloudy. From the latest round of rain, about a ½ inch to an inch and a half of rain locally from Madison westward. East of Madison, generally less than a ½ inch of rain. Parts of east central Wisconsin have yet to see any rain, but some more is on the rain. Doppler track shows the last of the showers so far moving to the south into Illinois. Now we're seeing some thunderstorms in southern Iowa that are heading southeastward toward the more unstable air across central Illinois and far southern Iowa. To the north and west, some showers starting to develop north and west of the Twin Cities. Probably start to see some thunderstorms there as a second cold front starts to drop southward. Tonight, those thunderstorms, as they drop southward, could become at least severe in a couple of spots. Marginal risk of severe weather across western portions of Iowa and southwestern Minnesota. But tomorrow, the marginal risk shifts into southwestern Wisconsin. This is mainly going to be later tomorrow night for gusty winds and hail with the strongest storms. But on Thursday, the highest risk, a slight risk area, covers much of the state of Wisconsin. That's because the warm front will head northward, taking the first round of storms with it. Then we'll clear out, allowing temperatures to reach the middle 80s. The atmosphere becomes very unstable. And as a cold front comes in from the west late in the day, could see another round of thunderstorms. And that's when the severe weather potential is more likely to be there. Rainfall potential, though, pretty high. The GFS computer model from the U.S. government showing generally about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain with some localized 2 or 3 inch amounts. The European computer model, a little more aggressive on the rain, probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches with some 2 and 3 inch amounts. And our local computer model shows even more rain than that, especially west of Madison. So alert days are in the forecast for tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow, mainly heavy rain potential tomorrow night. And then for Thursday, morning thunderstorms with some heavy rain potential, and then the severe weather and heavy rain potential late in the day and Thursday night. Live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. The rain is gone, but the clouds remain, and it looks pretty gloomy out there. The WISC sky camera pointed down, can't see the clouds, but it is mostly cloudy. The Edgewater Skycam downtown Madison showing mostly cloudy skies as well. Almanac for today shows here in Madison, we didn't even make it to 70 degrees. 69 the best we could do, even though we started out well above normal at 63, and right now we're at 69 with east-northeasterly winds at 5 miles per hour. Humidity pretty high at 84%. We'll see some areas of fog form overnight. So look for a low of 60 tonight. Fog will form. Showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm later on tonight. Tomorrow's high temperature 74 with cloudy skies, showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm during the day. Future track shows generally quiet conditions with areas of fog overnight and then those shower and thunderstorm chances mainly later tonight, off and on through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, later tomorrow night, the best chances for showers and storms is that warm front lifts northward. Then as those winds shift to the south, that takes the rain up to the north. Temperatures reach the middle 80s, and that's when the best chances for heavier rain and severe weather arrive. And our local computer model, generally 1 to 3 inches of rain with some localized 4 or 5 inch amounts and heavier showers or storms. After the showers and storms on Thursday, look for temperatures to gradually fall. In fact, by the weekend, we're looking for high temperatures only in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Some rain chances the middle of next week, and then some more 60s toward the end of next week.
If you're the quarterback of the Wisconsin Badgers and you lose like you did Saturday, do fans and fellow students give you a lot of grief? The answer from Alex Hornibrook in sports. The Badger football team is a 3.5-point favorite at Iowa Saturday night. It's a 7:30 p.m. kickoff on Fox, and history tells it's really hard to win at Iowa when they have a nighttime kickoff at Kinnick Stadium. Just ask Michigan and Ohio State, who lost Saturday night games there in recent years. So imagine you're the quarterback at the University of Wisconsin. Your team lost in a shocking upset to BYU last Saturday. Alex Hornibrook threw this interception in what was an underwhelming day by just about every part of the Badger team. So did Hornibrook get the stink eye from fans and students around town this week? Well, not really.
When I'm out on campus, I was either with my family or some of my buddies, so people kind of stay away from us a little bit. They'll stare at you, and then I'm in my real estate classes, and we're talking about real estate, so it's not too much of a big happening in my life. I think it's a great opportunity for us to have a game against a team like this, where it's a team that we're always battling against, a team we've played for a while. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to finally get out there and play again.
The Packers get their usual Tuesday off before they focus on their next game. That's Sunday at noon in Washington. We'll hear from Aaron Rodgers on the state of his left leg tomorrow. How about those Chicago Bears? Last night, the Bears made life miserable for Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Wilson could look in the mirror for some of it. He threw this interception for a touchdown to Prince Amukamara to seal the Bears' win 24-17. So the Bears now 1-1 after their opening week loss to the Packers. A couple of Badger notes. The women's hockey team picked as co-favorites in the WCHA with Minnesota in the preseason poll, and the men's hockey team is going back to the United Center in Chicago to play Notre Dame again. The Badgers will be the home team against the Irish January 20th for a 6:30 p.m. face-off. Badger volleyball opens the Big Ten season tomorrow night with a 6 p.m. start against Ohio State at the UW Fieldhouse. The Badgers ranked 6th in the nation this week, with head coach Kelly Sheffield saying his young team is ready for the bright lights of the conference season.
This isn't a group that you have to pump up, to make them believe in themselves. It's not something, they want to know where they're at and what they've got to get better at. That's what you train all year for, is to get going in this conference.
Friday night, our Prep Mania High School football game of the week takes us to Sun Prairie, where the Cardinals and Madison La Follette still have hopes of a Big 8 Conference championship. We'll have the game live on TVW, live streamed on channel3000.com Friday night at 7. The Brewers' AAA affiliate is relocating from Colorado Springs to San Antonio next season. And the Brewers' magic number down to 9 for clinching a playoff spot. They'll face the Cincinnati Reds at Miller Park again tonight. First pitch, 6:40. Of course, last night history made in the Brewers' 8-0 win as Christian Yelich hit for the cycle. That's getting a single, a double, a triple, and a homer in the same game. The history part, Yelich is the first player ever to hit for the cycle twice against the same team in the same season. Yelich leads the National League with a .318 batting average to go with 31 homers, 93 runs batted in, and 19 stolen bases. By the way, the formula says the Brewers are a 98.6% chance to make the playoffs.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
I'm sure a lot of fans are still nervous, though.
Cubs are 99-4. So.
Yeah, and Yelich, the MVP chance last night.
Don't.
Means nothing until they clinch. So
Gary knows it well.
Help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching the rain. Actually, it's moved out of southern Wisconsin for right now. So just cloudy skies out there right now. Temperatures on the cool side right now, only in the 60s. But look for highs mid-70s for tomorrow. Some shower and thunderstorm chances. Mid-80s for Thursday with maybe some severe weather late in the day, and then some cooler weather toward the end of next week.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10.